So like a lot of people, I deal with a thing called seasonal depression. It's middle of the winter, it's December, and every time we get to this point in the year, I tend to find myself being more and more depressed. Eventually, as I got older, I heard about the thing called seasonal depression, and honestly, the sun's just not out more, and it sucks. But I've developed a little, game plan to be able to combat this. 4 things I've been able to do that I know allows me to kind of work against the seasonal depression and stay happy, stay more peaceful. Here are the 4 things. One of the big things I've realized that happens in seasonal depression, if I don't do this when I'm really depressed, is if I don't exercise, if I don't work out. I promise you, I don't care what it is, but go out there and work out. I don't care if it's a walk, a run, whatever it may be. You need to, in some way, shape, or form, work out, and at the very least, go outside. Being trapped, because it's typically winter and it's cold, but getting some fresh air, working out, exercise is super big, and it's helped me be able to really combat it. If I don't work out, go outside, typically I'm getting depressed. It's just what it is, especially, this goes into the second one, if I don't get up early in the morning. If I don't get up early in the morning, that cuts down on even more time I get with the sun. One of the things I realized with seasonal depression is when I decide to go to sleep super late, let's say I stayed up watching a show till 2 a.m., and then let's say it's the weekend and I get up at 11:30. Now it feels like I get 2 hours of sun time. You feel me? You need to get up early, because now it's more important to get up early, because the later you get up, that's the even less time you get with the sun. Before you were getting up later, but you had more sun. But now there's less sun. You need to get up earlier to fix it. Me personally, I like to get up at 5:30, so I'm up for the full amount of time when the sun comes up. So I'm up before the sun. But just get up earlier. It really helps a lot. The third one, spend more time with friends. I'm telling you, this is where you really need to get your close-knit friends over to your crib, over to their crib, do a quick thing. I know it's, not the best time of year to be outside, but doing little things to be around your friends is super beneficial. One of the things I did a couple days ago, I had all my friends over my crib for a 2K tournament. We played 2K, all fun, blah, blah, blah. It was just fun times. I think a lot of times especially adults, we tend to only do these activities that involve going outside or going out to the club, whatever it may be. It is still very cool to just have your friends over and you just have a super wholesome activity, like playing a video game, playing a board game. You know what I mean? Those little things are moments where you're not thinking a lot, okay? And I think it's super important that we're not just sitting in our thoughts a lot. That's also counterintuitive to my last point. I'm being very quick with this because it's very simple. But the last step I would take to combat seasonal depression is actually taking time to be with your own thoughts and actually developing an understanding of what's causing you to be how you are. So I'm somebody that can be depressed often, or be depressed depending on the day or whatever's going on. But if you can pinpoint what's making you depressed, it allows you to be depressed less. But I think a lot of people are depressed and just I'm depressed. But it's okay, now you have responsibility to try to walk your steps back and figure out, okay, why am I depressed? For me, I know one of the things that depresses me is social media. And so what I've done to combat that is I have I have 2 phones, and one phone has all the social media. I don't allow myself to be on the other phone for more than 15 minutes, and I don't allow myself to have it during certain parts of the day. So I think it's super important for you to know. I didn't want to mention that as the big steps, but it's so super important for you to take that self-reflection and understand what's causing you to feel like that. And you have to do that. If you don't do that, you'll just be cluelessly walking around life being mad at the world for you being depressed. But the answers are right there in front of you for you to just reflect and figure out what it is that's making you depressed. I was uploading this video, and I feel like I need to add one more thing to this video. And I wanted to let you all know that there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. The fact that something makes you different, the fact that something bothers you, is the fact that you're a human being. There's not a human being on this planet that doesn't have something they deal with. All of us have something mentally, physically, situationally. There's something wrong with all of our lives. And don't think there's anything wrong with you. Don't think that you're not enough because you deal with something. Oftentimes, we can't even control it. Yes, I just explained things we can combat, this. But we can't control that for some reason when the sun, I don't know who created us or God, whatever. They made us like this. You feel me? And what's crazy is, instead of thinking of it as a disadvantage, it could be an advantage. Look at this video right here. I don't know how many views this video has at this time that you're watching this video, but this video is helping me attract people to my channel, which is helping me do what I love more and make a career out of what I love. But I wouldn't have had this idea and had this insight if I didn't go through what I go through. And if you don't know who I am, if you're not subscribed on the channel, I'm an inspirational speaker. I speak all across the country. I was diagnosed with cancer at 18, 19 years old. I used to think, why me? Why is this happening to me? What's wrong with me? What did I do wrong? But that story, what I went through, has allowed me to inspire thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people. There's nothing wrong with you. Just understand this is a part of your story. You're going to help somebody because of what you went through. But the only way to get through this is to understand that there's nothing wrong with you. To understand you have all the power inside of you to get through this. But there's nothing wrong with you. I'm here for you. Drop a comment. I'll respond with whatever positivity I have. I have a skill at finding the positive perspective because I went through what was the worst and turned it into the best. But I promise you, you're going to be okay. One of the things I always do whenever I'm feeling down, I always ask myself, am I breathing? Because it reminds me of all the things we want, we don't have, all that stuff. The most valuable thing in the world is breathing. It's being alive. There's billions of souls that never got a chance to come on earth, but you did. Be thankful. There's always something to be grateful for, no matter how bad things are. And if you're watching this video, you're breathing. So find peace in that, okay? Back to the video. I'm somebody that's literally going through depression, seasonal depression right now. So I'm not saying I'm some expert. I know everything. I literally had to go on this. I went on a run to Whole Foods, and now I'm walking back, and this is helping me and getting these thoughts out or something that helped me. I'm no expert, but I think if you can take those things I said today and do that self-reflection and really ask yourself what's going on, I think it can really help you find yourself in so much more peace and happiness. Hope this helped. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you on the next video. I drop every single day at 9:30 a.m. ET. Peace.